Hi there, John here from SalesDesk. Today I'm going to show you how you import leads, or in fact any record type, at scale into SalesDesk. What you can see here is Clay. Clay, you probably know, it's a very established platform for lead generation and for warming up leads and outbound email sequencing and so on. What I'm going to do is I've just done a few filters and created a subset of leads that I think match my ICP. The next thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to export these leads simply by clicking export and then downloading to a standard CSV file, and that's now running in the background. You can import leads via using Zapier or our API, but this is kind of the simplest way to get leads into the platform. So that's now downloaded. Let me show you how you import these leads into SalesDesk. Okay, I've just gone across to SalesDesk now. Let me show you how you import leads into SalesDesk. So because it's a set of leads, we need to go to the leads data board and we simply click import CSV file. I'm going to start by choosing a much larger file to give you an indication of how easy this is. So what I'm going to do now is upload a file that is an export from HubSpot. So I've got nearly 13,000 leads in HubSpot. So if you feel like HubSpot's getting too expensive for you, it's not hard to get your data out and import it into SalesDesk. But let's start going back to the file that we exported from Clay. These are my new leads that I've just exported. And what we're going to do is now click Next. And this is the stage where you map the columns in your import file to the correct record field types in your lead record. Okay, I've now mapped the column names to the field names in a lead record. And if you roll over the field, you can see a summary of the data you're about to import. What's interesting down here, if I go down to this field here, you can also import a link to a profile photo. So I use Clay to resolve the profile photo for each lead, and then you can map that to the profile photo in the lead. And that basically means that once it's imported, the profile photo is also imported as well. So once you're done with that, it's simply a case of clicking Next. What's going to happen now is it's going to review that file and create a preview of what needs to be imported. What you'll see here is only 2 new leads need to be created, and that's because I've already imported those leads previously. So if those leads exist already, the system will simply update those leads. You don't have to worry about creating duplicates. Now let's run the import process. So this will run in the background. You can leave this view if you want to, but you can see you get a real-time update on the progress of those lead imports or merges, as most of these leads already exist in the system. So it's nearly finished. Now that import's finished, you can see that 6 leads failed to import. If that's a case where you have failed imports, you can simply click here and download the spreadsheet or the CSV files of only those imports that have failed. And next to each record, you'll have a clear explanation of why that import failed. So you can correct that small number of failed leads in that small spreadsheet or CSV file and then re-upload it and finalize those failed imports. It's really straightforward to deal with slight issues with data integrity and so on. So in my leads data board, I've created a filter here, which is recent imports. And what that's showing us is all leads that were created today. So there you have it. All of these leads have automatically been imported into SalesDesk from Clay. And there are lots of things you can do from that. You can email them, you can invite them to a workspace, you can create a workspace, but really simple to get large amounts of leads into SalesDesk and start engaging with them through workspaces and real collaborative selling.